Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Goodbye to Language, 2014, directed and written by Jean-Luc Godard, that communist turd director from France that I hate more than any other art house director who ever lived. Pasolini was a communist like Godard, but at least he knew how to make a decent flick or two. I could not get myself to like any of Godard's movies, and I've seen quite a lot of them, I might add. This being his last one, I guess. I don't know if he's dead or he retired. Thank God he doesn't make pieces of shit like this fucking thing. Anyways, his reign of terror is over. Starts off with a lot of choppy editing and cheap-looking YouTube color effects, like in this video, for instance. And it's just about a French couple. I guess some white French bitch is cheating on her husband, so they're having some kind of affair. And Godard's dog is the star of the show. Even the dog looks better than the white French bitch. You get to see full frontal nudity and the hairy French guy, although he doesn't really show his dingling much at all, if at all, because of the camera angle. But you get lots of different views of the white French bitch. Starts out with images of Hitler, or Hitler, as Frenchie would say it. Hitler. So, of course, Godard doesn't like Hitler because he was opposed to the communists, sort of like this false dichotomy, communists versus fascists, or Republicans versus Democrats here in the United States. False analogy. He goes on about the omnipotent state and how it relates to Hitler. Not even realizing that Hitler, Nazism, or Nazi stands for National Socialism, which is an offshoot of his own ideology of socialism, which happens to be communism. Both of them rest on the premise of the omnipotent state, with fascism being heavy regulation and communism being public ownership of property. Those are the only two differences, really. So apparently Mao Zedong is a more benevolent form of state power. Therefore, it's not omnipotent state power like Hitler. That was about all I could make from the political nonsense. Something about Hitler was elected democratically, which is true. But it doesn't make any excuse to embrace dictatorial communism, which is responsible for millions of dead bodies, mass murder, and starvation, especially in the Ukraine during the Russian Revolution. Stalin's first attempt at seizing power. Everybody knows that Stalin starved the Ukraine that Pol Pot collected human skulls. Mao butchered hundreds of millions of people. Oh, but don't let that bother Mr. Godard. So the couple's talking about this and that, philosophy books and assorted other Godard crap. And you're watching these scenes like a French version of hip hop locos. People driving cars and, you know, trees change into blue color or whatever. And meanwhile, this dog is just putzing around, acting like a dog. And then we go into the animal rights phase, where the last 20 or 30 years is a great champion of animal rights, championing of animal rights. It's a great victory for Godard, along with his, Black Panther Party here in the United States back in the late 60s. I guess animal rights was his second major victory, according to this movie. So, like I said, the dog is the main protagonist, I guess. He's the only one who's not bothering anybody with their annoying French speak. Just kind of putzing around looking for attention, really. And it's Godard's own dog. So the best actor that Godard could find in this movie is his own damn dog, which says a lot about this movie. And basically, I hated this movie. I don't read a lot of the philosophy that these people read, but if I did, I'd probably make a crap movie like that too, honestly. And it just borrows a lot of ideas from other writers. Since he couldn't come up with his own ideas, he just quoted them directly and had this side business couple doing their thing on the side, talking about this, that, and the other, which didn't make any sense. At least when it was translated into the English subtitles, which shouldn't be too hard, I might add, since I can understand what pourquoi means. I don't need it translated into fucking English in the subtitles. Or oui. Anyways, this movie pissed me off. And every once in a while, I'll torture myself with a Godard flick just to remind me of how shitty a director he was in all of his films that I've seen, which is quite a lot, I might add. So don't bother wasting your time on this unless you're into existentialism, some weird post-communist crapola from the only live communist director in the world, probably, or at least the only one who was making movies up until 2014 last year. The only one that I really watch because he has such a reputation. Anyways. Oh, man. This guy is the reason not to watch French art house movies, okay? I'd much rather watch Jean Cocteau or the guy who did City of the Lost Children. I can't remember his name. But, guy who did Delicatessen. Those are good French movies, man. This movie is a piece of fucking shit. 1 out of 5 stars. Laters.